What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out the show. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. What we're going to do today is we're going to break down some videos that were sent to me. If you have any police-related videos or questions about policing, police work, administrative practices, or even maybe even some higher echelon mayoral type of politics and all that kind of stuff, I'm certainly willing to take a look at those types of videos. Send them to me, check me in the email, and hit me up, and let's make it do what it do. If you're interested in past episodes, you can go on over to Dr. L's podcast. It was formerly Captain Hunter's podcast. It's on Podbean or wherever else one listens to audio podcasts. Go over there, check it out. I have older episodes of police-related ideas, themes, stories, etc. This coming Tuesday, I'm working on a show because I want to talk about these ICE raids that are going on. And so if you go over to the podcast that I just mentioned, the audio podcast, you will hear an episode with myself and Dr. William Lopez of the University of Michigan. He is a public health professional, or that's his background, is public health. And he wrote a book called Separated. And it's family and community in the aftermath of immigration raids. So he was on my podcast back in 2020, right before the COVID hit, or maybe it was at the time that COVID was hitting, somewhere in that time. And so he talks about immigration raids and the things that go on with that. So again, he's going to come on to the show on Tuesday of next week, which would be the 15th. We're looking at the 15th. We're going to set up a live, and we're going to talk about the ICE raids that are going on currently. And then on next week, also on the 16th, I'm going to have another professional who deals with whose specialty is raids. And we're going to talk about the raids, not raids, but the riots, right? His specialty is riot control. And we're going to talk about riot control and what goes on with that. And, we're going to take a look at, get his opinion on it. I know what Dr. Lopez's professional opinion is going to be about these ICE raids. He's certainly not going to be for it. I do not know about the other professional, but he's going to give us a breakdown about what happens during riot controls and things along those lines. So some exciting things coming up. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Hit the like button on this video and any other previous videos. And yes, to my followers who may come over here from Dr. L's podcast, thank you so much. Make sure you hit the like button on all those videos as well. If you are watching police-related content and you are interested in life coaching, self-improvement, things along those lines, head on over to Dr. L's podcast where we talk about self-improvement, relationships, all that kind of good stuff, in particular for men. I'm definitely focused on men, although a lot of ladies do follow me as well. So hello to you, Deborah. I really, really appreciate you coming on to the show or coming on over here. Appreciate it. So we're going to dig into some couple of videos that were sent to me. I'm probably going to review 2 today. I don't want to make this a long stream, 45 minutes or so. I want to try to just get in and out. So first one up here is going to be an Amazon driver got arrested. I think this one's pretty old, but I just saw it on IG the other day. Forgive me. Sometimes I miss things. So I looked this up, and this one what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down these episodes. Thank you so much, Chris. We're gonna break down these episodes, these videos, and I'm gonna give a thumbs up. Let's put it up here. Media assets. We're either gonna say it's a good job by the popo, or it's a bad job by the popo, right? So we might also, talk about police. Talk about the public and what they could have done better in order to avoid the confrontation. We'll break it all down and talk about what we can do better and things along those lines. All right, first one is the Amazon driver. Let's get into this one. I have not watched. I only watched like a 30-second clip on Instagram. So let's get into it. Amazon driver arrested for no reason. Okay. We'll play this one here. I hope there's not a lot of commentary.
November 9th, 2024. Backup units were requested for a traffic stop turned heated conflict.
If you do send me a clip, please try to make sure it has no audio like this guy's narrating. I'd like to give my own commentary. I'd like to do that. So, all right, here we go.
Confrontation. The officers arrived to find an Amazon delivery driver in full meltdown mode, pacing back and forth, hurling a colorful array of profanities, and gesturing aggressively toward a man and a woman from the neighborhood.
What's going on?
Down there. Right down there, going crazy.
What's going on? Hey, hold on, come over here. Come over here.
Let him talk. Let him tell you. He's got
Come over here.
Hey,
Hey, man, they don't need for that language.
I'll be spending my
Come on.
time.
I got a mask on.
Hey, nope.
All right, so you can see right here, he's already confrontational. Guy. At first, I thought the officer, and I haven't watched this video, so I'm going off of this fresh. At first, I thought the officer was a little bit aggressive, but he's reacting to and responding to the aggression that this guy has going on. He told him to calm down, come over here, and he's yelling and screaming and using the profanities. That's not going to work. That's not going to work, and we're going to break out the bracelets every single time. So it's already starting off wrong for this Amazon truck driver.
Nope, we're not doing this, sir.
Hold on.
We're not doing.
I ain't even did, man. What the f is you doing? I'm not even
Hold
resisting,
on.
man. What the f is you doing?
You're getting all up in their face and everything. I don't need
I
you
ain't
trying to hit
ready.
them or nothing.
So
Like,
what is you doing?
I got you in cuffs right now. Now calm down. We don't need the language or nothing. Come on, chill out, man. Talk to me. What's going on? Hold on.
She ran into my fucking truck. I'm trying to do my job.
Okay.
Right? That's what the f I'm trying to do. And these mother.
None that's going to help. I understand you're upset. I understand you this is your job. You probably got a route. You probably got time schedules, and you don't need this hassle. But this is not the way to react. This is not it. This is not it. So far from the police perspective, it's a thumbs up. So far, but we'll see.
You with me? What
Take
the
a step
f
back.
is on me, mother?
Step back.
You think I
Calm
give a fuck?
down.
All right?
Dude, I'm trying to help you out here.
Shut the
We don't need that. 170. I've got the Amazon driver in cuffs right now. He's being belligerent.
Despite repeated requests to step away from the crowd, the driver doubled down, getting uncomfortably close, continuing his tirade.
I told her I gotta put the bags on her front porch.
Okay.
All right? And she refused to listen to me, so I drove up. Then she came in and ran into my truck. Yes, you did.
Why
That's
don't you
why we
stay
in this
yelling, man?
situation now.
All right. Let's go.
During questioning, the delivery driver claimed he was just trying.
I really would. She try to send me videos about commentary, because that tends to paint our perceptions.
This led to a verbal altercation that escalated when her husband got involved.
Okay, so after she backed into your van, what's going on, man?
She ran into my van. That's what I said. I clearly
Okay, so
said
she ran
that.
into she ran into your van. What happened next?
Yeah, I tried to get the package, and she doing flimming along, and then I don't care, man.
If I take them off, you gonna be
these
cool?
Cuffs. Yeah, I'm gonna be cool. You gotta take these cuffs off of me, man.
All right. You're not under arrest right now. I gotta know what the hell's going on, though, man. $170. I'm clear. All right. I'm getting orders to keep you contained right now. Okay.
This got to be a new officer. He's a rookie.
I can't talk with these cuffs on my hands.
Go talk to them. I got it. I got my supervisor on the way, and he'll give me the cool. Okay.
I wonder if this guy's security or is he a real police officer? Did he identify himself? He's got a supervisor on. Either that or he is brand new. I don't know. This is crazy.
The packages on the front porch.
Yeah.
Take a picture. That is protocol.
Yeah.
All right. And she refused the package.
I got it. I got my supervisor on the way, and he'll give me the cool. Okay.
The packages on the front porch.
Yeah.
Take a picture. That is protocol.
Yeah.
All right. And she refused to listen, so I drove off. Because I don't have time to be arguing. I don't have time to be in people's faces. I got a job.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Then all these motherfuckers coming up with their cameras and talking all this shit, putting their fucking hands on me, but they not telling you what they doing. They only telling you what I do. I tried to drive away. She wouldn't let me. She ran to the van.
She ran to the van.
Ran inside the van, grabbed the packages, and tried to walk off. And I told her, you can't do that. You refused to listen to me, so I drove off.
Did you put hands on her?
No, I did not put hands on her.
Okay.
But her husband put hands on me. I don't see him in cuffs. In cuffs.
Do you see how you're acting compared to them right now?
Because they the ones fucking with me. How you think I do this for the help for the fuck?
He's not helping his case. He's not helping his case. And listen, this officer's being really patient. He's talking to him, trying to get him to calm down, trying to hear his side of the story. And if he would just calm down, this would probably go in his favor here.
According to the driver, things got physical when the husband gave him a shove. Meanwhile, officers gathered statements from the couple and a witness who managed to capture the entire incident on video.
You gotta see that video.
This is unnecessary.
Once again,
This is unnecessary.
I've already explained to you that twice, 3 times
Okay.
now.
Have you ever seen somebody argue? Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen two people yell at each other?
Yeah.
Okay then.
And we
But
separate them.
But yet I'm in cuffs.
Yes. That's the best I can do right now.
Because I never tried to fight them. What? For what?
Because they're not supposed to be in the front.
All right, but I never tried to fight them though. I never tried to fight them. That's why the cuffs is on me.
No, they're not supposed to be in the front.
They're not supposed to be on me in the first place because I didn't do shit.
Okay, well, he's a police officer. He detained you.
But I'm not.
Yeah, so I wonder if this guy's security. This guy must be like the neighborhood security. Yeah, he's got to be neighborhood security. So now the police officer telling him to put the cuffs in the back.
Under arrest because I didn't commit no crime.
Take the other hand.
So why the fuck am I in cuffs, man?
Stop cussing, please.
Man,
Stop cussing.
this is some fucking bullshit, man.
Hey, man, stop resisting, man.
Ain't
Just get the
nobody
cuff on.
resisting, man.
You're pulling your arms apart, man. Now I'm going to double lock them so they don't cinch up on you, all right?
Possible to talk to.
So you just walk away and that's it?
There's another video after this one.
Okay.
You said just a little conduct.
Yeah.
Well, he also pushes him before anything.
All that profanity is not helping his case. And they got video. They're taking video showing to the cops. It's not good.
So he stayed because they told him they called the cops, which is why he's staying here after this.
When did he push him?
It's the next video.
Go 10x10.
Right up there.
This happens all the time, and you're dealing with people just amped up, can't get them to calm down. It's and you got a job to do, man. Just do your job, and being able to control your temper. We understand that you think whatever you think. Maybe you're being profiled. Maybe they don't want you on their porch because you might think because he's black, or they don't believe it from Amazon, even though he's got a big truck. It could be any number of reasons. But acting irrationally and going off is not going to help you. It's not going to help. It's never going to help your situation.
You ain't gonna do shit to me. You ain't gonna do shit to me. Fuck you. Bring him there. Fuck you now. You got a pretty good job before. Shut the fuck up. I'm here. Y'all motherfucking house. All right?
So just put a hand in between them.
Okay.
So he's egging it on, though, is the problem.
You'll see he's about to push him.
So he put his hands on him first.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He walks away from him there.
So we've got discon on him. And he just did this. It wasn't a pusher.
This kind of disorderly conduct. I wonder what state this is. Disorderly conduct, they got that on him. Can't see their patches. I don't know what state this is.
As far as I just saw. Can you rewind that?
Is this guy a police officer or what? What's the story with this? Private security, sheriffs? What is he?
Because he's mainly reacting to him, but he's still primary.
If someone gets in your face, though,
Yeah, so
he's acting like this.
Yeah,
Do you think that's a reasonable?
I think it's reasonable.
Push him back. He didn't punch him.
Well, he
Nothing.
he steps in between him and he got in his face when he goes around it. That's the thing.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, he gets in his face. So
So he didn't lay a hand on him there.
and he's the one walked up to him in his face.
But he's still acting the way he is, though.
I'm saying he did walk up to him in his face. So that's the only.
The footage showed the driver yelling profanities, stepping aggressively toward the husband, and generally behaving in a way that made for a textbook case of disorderly conduct.
Face.
See, because
Did
all
he
it is
push
right
his-
now is this is not a threatening manner or anything like that. It's when he but then him, that's a defense. I think at most it's discon.
Yeah. Obtain this video. I would say charge him with this.
I don't know what comes if there's
At one point, the driver waved off the husband's attempt to create space by brushing his hand off his shoulder.
there's more.
Okay. Sounds good.
But that guy again.
What is this?
Another guy.
So they're blocking him in, or what's
I
going
don't
on
know what
there?
he's doing. Now he's turning it.
I think it's going to stop him from leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool. What are we doing about that?
Impound it.
Okay.
Yeah, impound it.
Impound it. Sometimes, we all know the cops can be such jerks. Why are you going to impound the car? You call Amazon, right? Because now you got to take inventory of it, right? So what he should have done is call Amazon, tell them what the situation is, and tell them to get another driver down here to continue this guy's route if you're going to take him to jail. Cops. We such jerks sometimes. There's no need for that. There's no need for that.
Impound it.
All right. Cool.
That's State DC.
State DC.
Hit the video.
Yeah. I get that he got in your face and everything, okay, man? But the problem is all of his stuff is reacting to you, acting the way you did to his wife.
I reacted.
To her jumping in the van. I get that, man.
I'm in cuffs. I'm the one
Yes,
doing
sir.
my job. I'm the one that drove away from her. Y'all forget that.
So this would be a case where this guy, you know, he's going to complain, you know, the cops did this, they were probably racist, they didn't listen to my side of the story, but you know, we got the video right here, and they see you acting aggressively and doing, you know, all this nonsense. You know, sometimes you got to back away and just, you know, just leave, call the police, you know, maybe have video on your truck.
I'm the one that drove away from her.
You drove away at first, but
Oh,
then you
okay.
came back, man.
She took packages that she wasn't authorized to get, and I told her, so she refused.
Why didn't you call your supervisor, man?
All right.
Why don't you just call your supervisor? Have them help you out with figuring it out.
Yeah, that's got to be some kind of Amazon protocol or any other delivery type protocol, just to call the supervisor or yeah, call the police, call dispatch, whatever. You can't be going around wrestling people over packages. I guarantee you that's not in their policies or procedures. I guarantee you that.
Have you stood there and waited for us to come after that happened?
I did. I told
I'm
him.
saying,
I told him I
listen.
wasn't leaving.
Listen,
Why? Because
I'm
I
Now he's
know-
not listening. Or they constantly interrupt. She gets 3 words out, and now you want to interrupt, not listening.
that
if
they
you'd have
call-
stood and waited at your vehicle instead of walking back over to where this happened, stood and waited at your
Yeah.
vehicle instead of walking
Did
back
y'all
over
did
to where
y'all
it
did
happened,
y'all arrest him for putting his hands on me?
we watched the whole video. That's
Yeah,
the,
and he didn't.
insert.
Did y'all see him put his hands on me?
we saw everything
Okay, so why isn't he in cuffs?
because
I'm the one. She ran into the van. He put his hands on me.
How much crap have you got in your pocket, man? What's in your pocket, man? You're at work. What is all that garbage?
But yeah, I'm the one that's in the cuff because I'm yelling and cussing. They the ones
Yes, sir.
that put
That's
hands on me.
disorderly conduct. We're going
So
off of the
what
fact.
I can't yell and cuss. I can't yell and cuss in a neighborhood with kids around and people working and people blowing leaves and stuff. I can't just make a scene. I can't do that.
What
That's the
about them
primary
putting hands on me?
It's
This
all
is-
reactionary to you, man.
That's after she ran into the van.
Once
She
again,
coulda-
there's
she could
other
have
ways that
killed
we could have
me.
handled this.
She could have killed me.
Alright, look.
She could have did something to me.
stop. If you were in fear, you would have stayed at your vehicle.
Spread your feet for me.
Called us.
With written statements collected and video evidence secured, officers arrested the driver for disorderly conduct and transported him to the county jail.
All right, that's enough of that one here. So in the officers aspect, I give them a thumbs up. On the decision to impound the Amazon truck, I give them a thumbs down. That was not necessary. You call Amazon or call someone else or call Amazon or have the guy who's under arrest call Amazon and then make a way for them to come there and get the packages and continue the deliveries. That's ridiculous, you know. So let's see. I am shocked at how many adults act like children are unable to control their emotions. You're absolutely right, Chris. every day, you know. Ola Yoli, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. All right, that's that video. Let me know your guys' thoughts. You guys think the cops acted right? Good, bad, up, thumbs up, thumbs down? What'd you think? What'd you think about that particular video here? All right, let's see. We're gonna stop that screen share. Stop that screen share. All right, we're gonna do this one now. Next video for today. Screen share. This one I have not watched either. Yeah, Garrett, I'm gonna try to hit these at least once a week. I'd like to shoot for twice, but I'd like to cover at least, you know, some videos and another one just talking about some different stories. But I'd like to try to get them into you guys. Appreciate you guys coming over. All right, so let's continue with the next video here. Share screen. And here we go. I have not watched this video either. So this one was sent to me. It's about 13 minutes. So
You don't need to be If you feel like you in threat of your life, quit the job. Call your wife.
now he's videotaping right here. So this one is delusional sovereign citizen thinks he can outsmart cops and gets himself arrested. So let's I left a comment earlier. What do you think? All I can see is this comment about live another channel. That's all. That's the only comment that I saw. So if I'm missing it, forgive me. That's the only one I see. Oh, hold on. Let me see here. Let me see. Let's stop that one. Yeah, that's the only comment I see, brother. So let's see. Custom layout. I'm trying to get my right layout here. Here we go. All right. Let's see. It was on a video on most recent. Oh, the other channel? I didn't. I got to go over and look at it. I'm sorry. I don't remember it. So that video is good. The recent video is getting a lot of clicks. that lady was on point. If that's the one you're talking about, I think that lady was on point. You know, I could have just sat back and watched some popcorn. So, but I'll go look at your specific comment in a second here. All right, let's get into this next video. This one is a delusional sovereign citizen. If people are not aware of what a sovereign citizen is, they've been around for quite some, maybe 20, 25 years, maybe 30 years. And so they are citizens who try to manipulate the U.S. Constitution and claim not to be citizens of the United States or something like that, and they claim to be members of the Republic, United Republic, or something like that. You know, all these different words that don't mean anything. That when you stop them for driving in a motor vehicle, they say that they are that they are travelers and not operating the vehicle, and all kind of crazy nonsense, right? So in the United States, you have to have a driver's license. They will say that they don't need a driver's license to be traveling. They don't need any identification to be traveling, et cetera, right? So and so they get into heated arguments. And when they first started the sovereign citizens, many of them were racist. I think now that they're either there's a black subgroup now, or they're claiming to be, or maybe they gave up the racist ways. You know, I don't know. I haven't had the most recent training since I retired about them. But they are a bunch of individuals who don't like the way the U.S. is going, and they are very hostile towards police, towards all these different regulations, rules and regulations, these certifications and licenses that the United States get. You know, you want to start a business, you got to get a certification, got to get a license, you got to get all these different tax IDs. That they're against all that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of us are. I certainly see where they're coming from. However, they are very hostile towards police. And one of the first ways that they became known to the general police public, to policing, is a couple of, in West Arkansas, there was a huge shootout in which two officers were killed in West Arkansas, I believe in Arkansas. West Arkansas, I believe that's where it is, or maybe it's West Arkansas, Tennessee, or something like that. Anyway, so they got into a huge shootout, and that's what really put them on police officers' radar. So they are very violent, and they are very hostile, and they are going to be aggressive. They're going to ask for supervisors. They're going to tell you don't know your job, all this kind of stuff. Oh no, on this channel about the Second Amendment. Okay, I haven't seen that yet. I did see somebody posted a video about the Second Amendment. I have not reviewed what the Supreme Court said about that, but I will certainly get to it. You know, when I didn't see what the Supreme Court said. I understand that they said something. I have not reviewed it, but I will get to it. Okay, got you. All right, so let's get to this video here. This is a sovereign citizen here.
Sir, can I get another? Call your sheriff. I need somebody in honor.
So what made you decide to change your nationality?
The same reason you should do it for your kids. Because I know police, when they get to educate, they're not all the way educated. They only know how to try and protect the assets. You get the American Jurisprudence book. Oh, here it is. Hold on. This is the good part. This with the education. I know y'all don't like niggas that read.
On December 19th, 2024, officers performed a traffic stop on a vehicle weaving in and out of traffic. As they approached the driver, the officers noticed the car's license plate displaying the word exempt. So they swiftly move in to confront the man.
Yeah, all that kind of nonsense, exempt or traveler, or, you know, some license, just a bunch of numbers, just stuff that doesn't make sense. I'll throw that on there.
Hi there. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
Why do you got your emergency lights on? What's the emergency?
The emergency is your vehicle doesn't have a valid registration.
Yeah, it's private property. Registered to the trust, not the QSV trust. You on record? I'm on record too. There is no reason why this officer Sanal should have his emergency lights on, and there's no criminal investigation.
So, they just try to fast talk cops here. So the emergency lights is just to notify or let the driver of the vehicle know to pull over, which he did, and to let other persons in the area know that there's police activity going on. Doesn't mean that there's a fire or shooting or anything like that. It just means that there's police activity. Be cautious, be careful. That's what it serves as a purpose of, and also to notify the driver to pull the vehicle over.
I'm a Moon Bay. I'm a Moore. It's documented.
Don't start reaching around.
No. You good? You good? No. My papers. Go get your white shirt. Because I'm not a threat to you. Go get your white shirt.
No, you don't need to be
I
reaching
requested
around.
for you to go get your white shirt.
I have officers en route. Put your hands on the wheel
I'm
now.
not putting anything.
Don't.
See, this the kind of stuff to get shot, and I don't mean that in a really, really nasty way, but the guy told you to stop reaching around, and when you're on motor vehicle stops, do not reach around, do not start grabbing for stuff. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? But you think that the laws don't apply to you? It could be that he may be having some mental issues as well, but you can't start reaching around in motor vehicles.
Reach back there again.
You can see my car. You can see.
Put your hands on the wheel. Put your hands on the wheel. Do it now.
I'm not putting anything on the wheel.
That's fine.
If you feel like you're at a threat of your life, you need to quit this job.
You don't need to be
If
reaching.
you feel like you're in threat of your life, quit the job. Call your white shirt.
Can I get another?
Call your sheriff. I need somebody in honor. Oh yeah, are you finna pay me too? Surety bond. Watch this. Watch this. Get your sheriff. You ain't. There's no reason you need to be under arrest.
Do you have a license?
Nope. Right to travel. Passport. You in trouble.
Yeah, I'm suspecting this guy's either on something or he's suffering some mental illness here.
Well, you wanted a response and you got one. So.
Yep. The response ain't over. I'm about to put a lien on you, and I'm about to get your surety bond information.
And none of that makes sense. Surety bond information, put a lien on you. None of that makes sense.
I got a written injunction on the elected sheriff, and we're gonna see. Our conversation is done
I'm not
here.
talking. You post up at a pillar.
Our conversation is done here. I'm requesting your white shirt.
We can do that.
Yeah. Our
So,
conversation
are you going to identify yourself?
I'm a Moore.
All right. Do you have your license?
I'm a national. Yes, I do. I was reaching.
No,
Hey, come here. Where's the other officer?
You hold on just a second.
No, because he requested for my license, right? Now under the 5th Amendment of the Constitution, I don't have to give it to you, but to prove that I'm a Moore and it's been signed off by a judge in Ohio, I'm gonna show you my paperwork and my nationality ID. That shows.
None of that means anything. The Fifth Amendment is about the right to incriminate yourself. When you're driving, you have to show identification. When you're driving, you have to show identification.
I got the right to travel. Now you're asking who I am. We got 2 officers here. Now it's 3 on the scene.
All right, so here's what's up. We're going to have you step out of the vehicle, sir. All right?
What's the reason I'm stepping out the vehicle?
Because
what's the criminal investigation? It's only 2 jurisdictions.
See, here's
admiralty and maritime.
Are you going to let me talk?
I want to talk to your sheriff. I don't want to talk to you.
All right,
you're not in honor.
Step out.
Step out the vehicle. If he pulls me out the vehicle, I will be suing.
So we're gonna ask you to step out of the vehicle. If you don't.
Gloves, the placing on of gloves is surely a bad sign that this is going to go bad real quickly, and they're anticipating trouble, violence, resistance, etc.
What's the reason that I'm stepping out the vehicle?
I tried answering and you cut me off.
I don't know.
So
okay, so am I under duress?
You're being detained right now.
Okay, under threat of detaining and arrest.
This is a legal traffic offense.
Okay.
And I'm legally allowed to have
you. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Go ahead and step back there.
Let me get my paperwork.
Step back here.
Okay. I don't consent to no searches, no seizures.
All
I
right.
don't consent to
Hold
any
on.
searches.
Just stand right here for me, sir.
Any seizures.
All right. So, do you have a social security number?
No, I do not. I got an EIN. I own my birth certificate. It's in my card. Can you
He has an EIN, you know, a tax identity number, but you don't have a social security number? Come on.
Can you go in my backseat and get my paperwork? I'm allowing you.
Giving me the authority to do so.
Yeah, I'm giving you the
So you
authority.
have my
I
private
consent for
consent.
you to go in my car and get my information on my backseat, so I can properly identify.
What side?
Left side.
Okay.
You see the plates? It says exempt. Notice the fee schedule. I want his shorty, the black suitcase. Thank you. I'm getting this shorty buying information. I'm gonna put a lien on. Yes, sir.
Please do.
No, go ahead and open up. Open it up.
You can bring it back here.
Yeah, you can bring it. I'll open it for you. Yep. Now, where's your elected sheriff? I want the white shirt.
He's going to go through that bag.
Okay, yeah, you can open it.
When they start talking about elected sheriffs and stuff, they're going back to the 1800s and all that. You know, refusing to acknowledge the presence of modern day policing. He talks about jurisdictions, maritime, and whatever else he said. This is all pre-constitutional U.S. formulation of the United States and subsequent laws, procedures. He's still talking that kind of nonsense.
No, that's my phone.
Well, not that it's nonsense, but that's what he's talking about.
It's a red folder. And I also need 2 witnesses when your elected sheriff comes. You guys are here witnesses. This is already being recorded.
It is.
Yep, I got a written injunction. I need your shorty buying information too. I want your badge number. There it is, red folder. You can get the blue folder too.
Let's take it all. How about that?
Okay.
So these cops are being very patient because they know, I'm sure that they've been trained. None of this means anything, right? They go through the motion. None of this means anything. It's not like he's going to show them a paperwork about being a Moor and say, oh yeah, okay, you're a Moor, and you're exempt from traveling and this, that, and the other. I mean, none of that's going to mean anything.
What are we opening?
Okay, open that one. That's my nationality ID. This is the court order that lets you know I'm not Black or African American. I'm a Moorish national, part of the original government, the Moroccan Empire, and it's signed off by a judge. This is my DB8, Amun Infinite Bay, my free national name. This is my nationality ID to let you know I have the right to travel, and it's filed.
So you live on East 167?
In the Republic. Yes, I do.
But the city of Cleveland, Ohio.
And these guys really have to, is this Cleveland? These guys really have to, these officers really have to control their laughter. I mean, I give them a lot of credit for doing that. Because when I was a patrol officer, I'd be laughing all the time.
Correct. In the Republic.
What's the Republic?
The Republic for which it stands, with the same pledge of allegiance that you pledge allegiance to. The Republic. We are not in a democracy. This is a republic.
I'm gonna be honest. I really have no idea what you're talking about. So, if you explain it, dumb it down a little bit.
Okay, so the Republic, there's 2 governments on the back of a dollar bill.
Okay.
There's the Moroccan government that people call it.
I've never heard of the Moroccan government.
Okay, there's the Moroccan government that's called, that you call the Illuminati, which is the pyramid, the RCNI. And then there's the United States Corporation that's on the right side of the back of the dollar bill, which is the Q.V.'s trust of Queen Elizabeth, who you took an oath to protect the assets of their trust. My vehicle is not registered. Now we open up the next file. Wait a second. Because this where it gets good. This is where American jurisprudence come in at. My car is not registered to a trust. My car is registered to a private trust. Here it is, right?
It's in the state of Ohio, though.
Right, but it's registered to my trust. Private property. I'm the trustee. Now I show you the paperwork.
Razzle and dazzle with words and paperwork that is meaningless. This is what they do.
This is the foreign irrevocable.
Let's see. Let me get to your questions here. At this point, everyone should be involved in the neighborhood watch to some degree. Too many shootings, stabbings, kidnappings, etc. One of the many reasons I could never be a police officer in a grid down scenario, this situation would go down quite differently. Yeah, he's definitely got some mental issues going on here. L, where do you see the future of police headed with a lack of active stops, lack of adequate pay, stringent requirements, waning respect, skyrocketing lawlessness, etc. That's a good question. I want to cover that when I talk about the ICE raids that's coming up next week. I think that the future of law enforcement is going to be bleak. It's going to be, I teach officers now who are looking to get into, those who are looking to get into law enforcement. With the dumbing down of AI, officers are going to be AI dumbing people down, I should say. I think we're in trouble, in all honesty. Lack of active cops. Yeah, cops are just going to want to just do their jobs and just go home. Lack of adequate pay. I don't see that being an issue, particularly in the Northeast where I live at. The cops get paid very well. They can make well into the six figures as patrol officers if they do the overtime and all that. And lieutenants and captains make well into the six figures. That the problem is getting people to become police officers in the first place and then wanting to move up the ranks. Stringent requirements. You can't lower the requirements. They may actually lessen the requirements. They've already started to do so. Before, you couldn't have beards, you couldn't have tattoos. Now they had to relax that. Of course, they're relaxing the physical requirements for ladies. They may actually lessen the physical requirements and in academies, as far as what it takes to get in there. How many push-ups you need to do. That may go down. We shall see. Waning respect is always going to be a situation, particularly when they make bad decisions. That's why police reform, community activism by the department heads is the most important thing. Lawlessness is going to continue to grow. Listen, I don't think that what Trump did, this big, beautiful bill that they end up passing, and that is now law, is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem because you're going to have more poor people, Medicaid, people are going to be stealing, and you're not going to have enough people to detain them. I can see ICE, once they kind of ramp down what they're doing, being sent in to start to quell some lawlessness, going in there and branching out from the ICE raids that they got going on to branching out into helping police officers, gang task force, going after people with guns, just expanding their scope of control. I definitely think that ICE is going to be the next Gestapo or whatever. I definitely think that. Definitely think that. I don't want that. I think it's a problem. I think that running around with masks on is a problem. But this is what it is. Mark Kaz was one of the highest paid city employees. You mean Cosmos? Mark Kaz? I haven't seen that. I haven't talked to those guys in a long time. Yeah, they put in the overtime. A lot of these guys, they never say no to overtime. They never say no to extra duty. So they make well into the six figures. Did you see the 300-pound naval officer? I did not. But officers are like that now, and there's no physical requirements for most police departments once you pass the academy. Police departments, maybe sheriffs might have them, some state troopers have them, but there's no physical requirements. That's why they all blow up. They start eating donuts, working crazy shifts, working the crazy hours, going to the gas station, get hot dogs for lunch, not packing a lunch. The next thing you know, start packing on the pounds. So, yeah, it's a problem. All right, we'll play a little bit more of this, but this guy's obviously mentally disturbed here.
Express trust, where it clearly states that I am the trustee. And it's stamped off on by Ohio. You went not
So
you.
you're David. Are you David?
Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am.
Infinite
Oh,
Bay?
yes, I am. What does this say, sir? What does this say?
Well, this says
Wardship.
Infinite
Right.
Bay.
Watch this. Wait a second. Wardship name. David
What's your birth?
has been changed to Moon Infinite Bay Nationality ID card.
Okay.
It is filed in the state of Texas. This Moon Infinite Bay is my David, because I own the name, and here's it from the Department of Commerce. The birth certificate, I own my birth certificate. It's no longer registered to your QSV's trust.
After waffling what seems to be a rehearsed speech he's been waiting to perform all his life, it slowly becomes clear that it won't change anything about the situation he's in.
His name is David.
Yeah, I mean, they entertain that, but they got to get to who you are, and all this gobbledygook of information means nothing. Just words, trusts, and QVC8 or whatever he's saying, it means nothing. It means nothing. So,
Okay.
David. Yep.
David, what's your date of birth? Where's your warrant to run my information? All right, but what is okay? What is the traffic
This
stop
says.
related to? What's the violation? It's 2 jurisdictions, right? So what is his reasoning for stopping me? He said the plates. So it's 2 jurisdictions. It's Admiralty and Maritime. So if this is a criminal investigation, where is the injured party? Right, but if it's 2 jurisdictions, if it's a traffic,
You already know that this is.
can I get your white shirt? I want your white shirt.
So what made you decide to change your nationality?
The same reason you should do it for your kids. Because I know police, when they get to educate, they not all the way educated. They only know how to train and protect the assets. You get the American Jurisprudence book. Oh, here it is. Hold on. This is the good part. This is what the education. I know y'all don't like niggas that read. This will let you know that I'm not a holder in due course of the birth certificate on a state and federal level. I got the full faith and credit. This is my private affidavit of the certificate of live birth. Now, you stated that you never heard of the Moroccan Empire, but here it is right here. That's the same emblem on the back of the dollar bill. Hey, can I get your date of birth?
after all that gobbledygook, can I get your date of birth? They still gotta check you in this Moroccan Empire. We gotta know who you are, brother, and see if you have any warrants or whatever.
Get your date of birth. What do you want my date of birth first? I'm not asking any question until your lieutenant comes. Okay. Right now, it's got your bag. Okay.
You're gonna sit right in the back of this car.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Patch it out real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
What?
Put it back in his bag. What are you saying? What?
Why are they blocking them out now?
Yep.
I don't know why they're why they blurring people out now. I mean, we've seen that. I don't even understand any of that. Let's see. Second highest in the city behind a purchasing director who made more than the charter limits somehow. I believe it, Chris. I believe it. ICE, Fourth Reich, Gestapo detention centers, concentration camp. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going on. Alligator, Alcatraz, and all this kind of stuff. It's exactly what's going on, right? It's really unfortunate. I understand some legal groups are trying to let me take this off of here. Trying to challenge it, but it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate to be living in these times in which we know how this plays out in history. We know what comes next. It's really, really sad to see. So you guys got to remain vigilant and fight against that, So what do I think about the ICE being the largest force, more than the FBI and ICE detainment facility? I think it's terrible. I think it's all terrible. And when they finish doing what they're doing, they're going to turn their attention on those who riot, those who protest, university protests. They're going to be turned all against them. They're going to be turned against us, going after gangs, doing the job the police officers should be doing private investigations, having access to all of our data, information, more than they already do, right? I'm trying to look into this deporting of citizens. I haven't looked into that story, but it's something I'm going to look into. It's just crazy. I'm not in favor of that at all. I'm not in favor of it. I think it's bad. That's a good question. Do I think the ATF is illegal? Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. That's a good. Nobody's ever asked me that before. I don't know about illegal, but certainly I have questions about their scope and purpose. I have questions about their scope and purpose. I taught a student who at one of the university I teach at, and she had just gotten accepted upon graduation to work for the ATF. I think it's good. They probably need to change what they're doing, and really focus on terrorism type of stuff. You know, I'm not in favor of them with the firearm stuff, but obviously the bomb making materials, that type of stuff. I'm in favor for that. Get rid of the alcohol stuff. You know, it's a good question. It's a good question. I never thought about that. I definitely think that they need to change their focus. I'll say that. All right, that's it. I just want to keep this to an hour. Thank you so much. If you got any videos you want me to take a look at, let me know. If you have anything you want me to cover, I'll certainly look into that. You know, I got a few different email addresses here. Let me put my email address in here. LongHunkerton@gmail.com or Big PhD at gmail.com. All right, here are my email addresses. You guys got any stories you want me to cover? L, isn't the ATF taxing and registration of items in the First and Second Amendment? Listen, man, you know, I've done there's a great book. I don't know if I think I have it on maybe one day we'll do a show about the Second Amendment, what I really think about the Second Amendment. It's a great book. I think it's called Loaded or Reloaded. Hold on, let me look at it. Loaded or is it Reloaded? It might be Reloaded. Reloaded book. Jeez, Loaded. Is it Loaded book? Here it is. This book here is one that I suggest that people read about the Second Amendment. It's called Loaded. Why is it not? Come on. Hold on. This book right here, I think that people really should read about the Second Amendment. It's called Loaded, A Disarming History of the Second Amendment by Roxanne Dunbar Ortiz. I actually reached out to her. She said she would come on my show, and then I haven't heard from her since. This was years ago. I really think that people should read this book about the Second Amendment and what it really is. And if you go over to if you go over to podcast, to the audio podcast, I did 2 interviews with a guy. I forget his name, but his handle was Black Man with a Gun or Black Guy with a Gun or something like that. Black Man with a Gun. I did 2 episodes with him, and we talked about the Second Amendment. And I'm not convinced that the Second Amendment and the right to bear arms was, number one, meant for Black people, and it really is what we think that it is. That's my opinion of it. I know that people want to say that, but my interpretation of the Second Amendment, is that it was designed for people to, for white folks to, number one, control slaves, and number 2, to posse up to repel Indians. So white folks were expected to own and or control slaves, catch runaways, etc. And the other point of it was to, anytime they need to go against Indians, or the Indians were going to, or the natives, I should say, of this land, to control them, posse up. That's what the Second Amendment is about, in my estimation. And I based this on a couple of other readings that I've done, but a major book that would cover this point is this book that's on the screen, Loaded. So That's my opinion about the Second Amendment. Do I think that? That's a good point. That's a good point. People might say that, but was that really in practicality? Well, okay, that's a good point. Okay, so rogue government being, we don't like what the government is doing, so now we're going to go in there and take over, right? Yes. Stop them for what they're doing. That is not applicable today. They tried that in January 6th. It's not going to happen today. Right? It's not going to happen. All the stuff that this guy was saying in the video that we just watched was not 100% inaccurate, right? He was talking about the time when all this was being formed. Since that time, we've got established sheriff's department, established police departments. We have an established military. Some would say that the standing U.S. military is illegal in and of itself. Anybody going to disband that? What are you going to do about that, right? So we might have the Second Amendment to protect ourselves, but what is the practicality of that? You're not going to take down the U.S. government. They're not going to. That's not going to happen. So yeah, absolutely. That's why they just came from. That's what they just came from. Right. So the United States is well too established now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You might have some other crazy stuff that'll happen that I'm not going to talk about here. but individual citizens arming up, going in there, storming the Capitol, trying to get people to change votes or to change or to get rid of the president or get rid of members of Congress. That is never going to happen. It is never going to happen. Never going to happen. They tried in January 6th. They were going to kidnap the governor of Michigan. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. So, but that's my opinion. Maybe we'll do a show about that one day. All right. You guys take care. Much love and peace. Thank you so much. Hit the like button on your way out. I really, really thank you. And if you watch this in the future, hit the like button. Take care. Much love and peace.